A haunted house, a ship lost to history, a massive anchor sitting silently in a city park. What could these three things possibly have in common? The answer lies in one of the most devastating industrial disasters in American history, the Texas City explosion of 1947. Howdy friends, it's Frightman. I am here in Texas City, Texas at the Texas City Museum. The year is 1947 and this is the Grand Camp. Texas City began as a boom town, built on oil, commerce, and a growing port. But in April 1947, that prosperity would be shattered in an instant. The SS Grand Camp was loaded with over 2,000 tons of ammonia nitrate. Fire broke out in the ship's hold, and rather than water, the crew used steam to try to contain it, but it was too late. At 9:12 a.m., the Grand Camp exploded. The blast killed hundreds instantly and shattered windows 40 miles away. It also hurled a 2-ton anchor over a mile inland. That moment is frozen in time, literally. A clock mounted at the City Hall gas station was stopped at 9:12 a.m., the exact moment the Grand Camp erupted. We see that over 600 people were killed and there were over 5,000 injuries and 500 homes destroyed during this explosion. So I'm here at Anchor Park, which is about a mile away from where the ship exploded, which is behind the camera here. This anchor traveled about half a mile away, and this plaque here says $62 million worth of damage was caused. Imagine $62 million of damage in 1947 money. So out of those 600 people that were killed, it was interesting that I found out that when the fire actually started and you could see the ship that was kind of smoldering, it drew a crowd of the townspeople. And they say 250 people from the town actually went out to that ship and were killed because basically they were drawn by the excitement and the sightseeing. And unfortunately, that led to their death. Now, this ship was docked just a few blocks from where I'm standing, and some say those spirits still linger. Now, just a couple blocks down the road is Terror Isle Haunted House, and tonight I'm going to be spending the night in that haunted house with a paranormal investigator to see if we can communicate with any of those spirits. The building suffered damage to a side wall and to the roof. It was rebuilt to its former glory as the Jewel Movie Theater. Today, it stands as Terror Isle Adventures, a haunted attraction, including a haunted house. So I am here with Eddie and Sari, and we are about to go inside a terror aisle to start this paranormal investigation. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
As I began setting up the camera, Eddie walked from room to room using his equipment to record different details to have a baseline if needed to refer to. At the same time, Sari was setting up inside of the pirate ship, unaware of what Eddie had found on his walkthrough.
All right, we're here at Terror Isle. We are in the fortune teller's room. The temperature right now, next to Sylvie the doll, which is from France, it is 76.7.
Eddie really impressed me with his meticulous skills and note-taking, jotting down every piece of evidence he found. While Eddie was on his walk, Sari and I had a chance to talk, and she kept mentioning she was feeling some sense of stomach pain. Very few people know I have a chronic condition that causes me stomach pain every minute of every day. There is no way she could have known this, and this is when I realized she really had a gift. We all met back inside of the pirate ship located in the center of the haunt to begin our filming of this paranormal investigation. All right, so now we are inside of Terror Isle Haunted House. And I have some great guests here to help me. We have Eddie Spector, who is a paranormal investigator. And over here we have Sari Pacheco. And you are a empathetic seer, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us what that is, because honestly, whenever I was introduced to these folks through Craig, the owner of this haunted house, I don't even know what that is. So what is that?
So my ability is that I can talk to spirit, I can see spirit, I can feel spirit. And sometimes I even see things that will happen in the future. Usually they're tragedies, though I don't really like to see those.
So you're actually seeing, like, you get a visual in your head, or you're looking out and you're actually looking at that visual? Sometimes
both. It's sometimes both. It would be equivalent to, like, the visual in my head would be like a dream that you're having that you just swear is real.
All right, and Eddie, you are a paranormal investigator, so could you tell us, like, what does that entail? What does that mean?
Yes, sir. I'm Eddie Spector, paranormal investigator and consultant. It's just, I've been involved with the paranormal all my life. My mom gave me a Ouija board to take for show and tell in elementary school, and I've just been involved this entire time.
So the actual location that we're at here at Terror Isle, before the explosion, this was actually a movie theater. This movie theater ran some very, very scary, dark movies. And yes, this is a pirate skeleton in the middle of this room, but remember, this is Terror Isle, and this is a pirate-themed haunt. Now, I'm trying to see if there are any spirits that are in this haunted house. And the other thing that I would like to know is if there are those spirits attached to the 1947 disaster, or is it something else? So we don't know what we're going to get. I have no expectations, and we're trying to be very respectful in case we do encounter anyone that is from that disaster.
Somebody just walked in, Eddie.
Did you hear something?
A boss? I could feel him.
All right, friends, I know you've been waiting patiently. I appreciate you.
And my EMF just lit up.
All right. I'm Eddie Spector. This is, of course, Sari. And this is Mark. Friends, we're going to be hanging out with you for a little while. Overnight, okay? We're going to be here for you. We want to help you out. And we want to answer any questions that you have. Those who are confused please get in front of the line. We're here for you. And those who know what's going on, help them and guide them to us and give them knowledge. I know you're just people, and we're here to help you. And I have sensed no negativity and actually hopefulness from you. I've felt that. Please be careful when you try to take energy from one of us, as it will drain us, and we may not be able to communicate with you as best as we can when you do that. We're going to begin. I do know there is some history here. I do know that there was a lot of creativity here in early Texas history. Galveston was the capital of Texas at one time and was like an Ellis Island for people to come to. Lots of immigrants. Galveston had the very first electric lights, post office, newspaper, and people spread onto this place, Texas City, and created beautiful, beautiful things in art and in industry, which led to the 1947 explosion here, which happened 3 minutes away from here. There's a lot of energy around here, and we're here to help you.
When we were setting up and they were kind of working on their equipment and I was trying to get the camera ready to roll, the camera is plugged in. And when I mean plugged in, I mean it is in a power source. Now the way that my camera works is it has a battery, and when it's plugged in, it doesn't use the battery. It uses the electricity of the plug, right? My battery died. The battery that we're on right now is not the same battery that I started off with. And I know I was kind of telling Eddie about that. I was saying, this doesn't make sense. The camera's plugged in, it's not using the battery. And you told me like that's not unusual, right?
No, not at all. I mean, when it comes to electronics, and paranormal investigations, spirits tend to take energy from electronics and us to gain potential so they can show themselves. What are you hearing, Sari?
That sound, it's like a wood, like I keep hearing it. It's almost like slurping or like a brief water up against the shore. Like very slight. See if you can get them to answer you. There's a broad-shouldered, bald-headed man that came in. He's dressed like he would have worked at a factory or something.
And he's in this room right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn up the EMF and just a little bit more.
Can't see. I know he's got a name tag, but I can't see it.
Okay, it may go off when I put it down, but now, Sari, I know you have felt things, but Craig has given me information about this place and certain spots. And you said you've heard this slurping sound or something. There was another group that came in here and did some measurements, and they had some pretty impressive EVP of sounds like that.
Wow. Did you hit your head? About where I'm touching mine? And I'm getting also people that predate the 1900s.
Of course.
18, yeah. During pirate slavery times. Children, a lot of children, no adults, children. Like they were trafficking slave children.
So if there is anyone that is here with us, we really would like to get a sign, whether it's through the EMF detector or whether we can try to communicate this way or to trigger off one of those motion detectors, but we'd really like to get a sign in.
This just went to red a couple times when you were asking that. The EMF did. Is there anyone here that would like to talk to me? Hi, how are you?
Devil.
So we understood that there was at least someone in here that looked like maybe they were a factory worker.
Yes.
That had a name tag.
To the man that I saw that worked at one of these factories or something, it looked like you had an outfit that would be like today's jumpsuit, so to speak, of a factory worker. It was like a uniform, if you will. And it looked like you would have had a name tag on it.
Sal.
You're Sal? Nice to meet you, Sal. So it appears that this explosion happened. You were running, like trying to get out of the way.
And can you potentially tell us, yes, that you worked at a factory?
He just said yes. Thank you.
So that yes was
Yes.
Game.
For the workers. Yeah.
Boss.
A boss.
You'd walk.
And he walked.
Intense.
intense.
Always take it.
We stayed.
So for both of y'all, are we in any danger tonight?
I haven't felt that.
No.
No.
During our investigation, one word came through that really unsettled me. Devil. I couldn't shake it. Neither investigator felt any sense of danger, but I needed to understand why that word came up. Later, while researching from home, I found something strange. In 1947, the same year as the Texas City disaster, 3 films with the word devil in the title were released. It is very likely these movies were shown at the theater that once stood here. I now believe the spirit named Sal, who I think is the man with the head injury, was trying to tell us exactly that he knew we were in a theater.
But I feel a lot of love. He was very well loved, and that was a good thing.
During a quiet moment in the investigation, I set up a laser grid that Sari had brought, a tool meant to catch what the eye can't see. It casts a steady beam across the room, unless something passes through it. Watch closely. The laser begins turning on and off, all on its own. The strangest part? None of us noticed it at the time. Our backs was turned. It wasn't until I reviewed the footage that I saw it, whatever it was.
So there's also a little girl here. She's wearing a dress. The dress is got like a bow high waist. And then it like crenolines, kicks out. She's got like a ribbon in her hair. And it's down. Like dirty blonde. But she hangs out up front. Are there girls' toys up there? Are there girls' toys
I don't think so.
in the front?
The doll is there. Do you want to see the doll?
I haven't seen the doll. Yeah, what's...
In the fortune teller room, there's a French doll that has a history.
Has it got like petticoats on it or something?
Are we able to bring the doll in here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go get that doll.
Has it got white on it? Like white?
Yeah.
So did it belong to a little girl with dirty blonde hair?
That's a Fred question, but there's a big story about it.
Oh my goodness, look at the white I just described. Oh my goodness.
And what was her?
I just described this.
We have to tell you that we don't give Sari any information. I take all the
And look at the
information,
ribbon.
I map everything, and we leave it to Sari to discover what she sees.
And look, there's ribbon around her waist.
My God.
I've never seen this doll in my life before tonight. That's why I was like, oh my God. And I usually don't get that excited. Those of you who know me, I thank that little girl for sharing this with me, though. That's cool.
Absolutely.
All right, so I think we are ready to wrap up here. And I don't know, I would like to know what your thoughts are about what we've experienced tonight. For me, I feel like based off of what we had here, where we talked about the man from the explosion, I feel like that was really somebody that was in the explosion, especially when we got the word boss.
Yes.
Right? And then we asked him, was he here? And we got run, right? The fact that we heard boss and we heard run when we were talking about that man, is that a coincidence? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that was just a coincidence that that happened? Or did we actually communicate? Now, with the experts, I would like to know, what are your thoughts about? So can you give us like a brief summary of how you thought tonight went?
I thought it was very wonderful. Talking about that boss and run, oh my gosh, if you're talking about the 1947 explosion, that's exactly what we would hear, you know. But I think it's like I said, it's a wonderful evening, good energy. I feel like when we go into an investigative a situation like this, and if there's not much activity, well, that means that those spirits have passed on very nicely, and that's really, really nice.
What was your overall vibe of what happened tonight? What do you think happened?
I think we validated a lot of things. As far as the explosion goes, if you remember, I described this guy to you before we ever got the responses that we actually got of boss and run, because I told you I saw him running.
Right.
So,
You did.
yes. So I was very, very pleased with tonight, and I thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and I do have to say that once I did open up myself, they just flowed. These spirits just flowed, and I spoke with quite a bit of them. It was, there is some devastation here still, but they want information. They want help.
The intent of this was just to see if there were any spirits that were left behind from this tragic accident that we showed you at the beginning of this video. And I wanted to make sure that we did it in a respectful manner, all right? That we're not here to try to be disrespectful or to make fun of this. I really went into this with my heart, making sure it was done very respectful. And these two folks made that possible, right? So I couldn't have asked for a better co-host here in this video. And I want to thank both of y'all for, joining me on this and helping me on this journey. Now, if somebody wants to find out more about you, Sari, how do they get in touch with you?
They could go on the website, paranormalsupernaturalstate.com.
And Eddie, the same question for you. How would somebody follow you if they wanted to or contact you?
Absolutely. Just go to eddiespector.com. Not only am I a paranormal investigator, but I am the owner and operator of historical ghost tours in Galveston County for over 15 years.
Huge thanks to Craig Watt, the owner of Terror Isle, for welcoming us in and giving us full access to explore his incredible haunt. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to the channel and be sure to give it a like. That really helps me a lot. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.